Okay, hello, welcome to the weather update. It's April 30th, 2020, and we've avoided the rain for the most part. Today it did rain quite a bit overnight in the early morning hours, but now we've just got some light showers across the area, but the wind is really substantial, so again, it's still not pleasant to be outside. Uh, with that wind blowing. We're going to look at that typical observation here, what we're dealing with. So it is 60 degrees out there, so it's not cold, but you have a southeast wind at 23 gusting to 35. And these are the kind of conditions that you're dealing with across the area. This is at Farmingdale. And if we do have a wind advisory also in effect until midnight tonight. And for parts of our area, there's a high wind warning in effect too for New Jersey. I don't know why we don't have that. We may need that as well. I would not be surprised if it's upgraded. You can see here the orange. That's the high wind warning for New Jersey and for Long Island. And they don't even have wind advisory for the eastern part of Suffolk, but I would imagine that will be included eventually too. Looking at these wind gusts, you can see here we have wind gusts in the red here that are up into the 30s. And Farmingdale is now recording a wind gust of 38 miles an hour. So that just came in. And it's even stronger in New Jersey. This is where they have the high wind warning in the deeper orange. We have an observation here at Lakehurst that is 60 with a wind gust up to 46 miles an hour. Then let me pull that back up again. So southeast wind at 29, gusting to 46. So you can see how strong this LLJ is. And it's much, of course, it's warmer over Jersey. They're well into the mid 60s. You're in a couple of 70 degree readings around Philadelphia. And you can see clearly where the warm air is. We're in the warm sector too as well, but with that southeast wind off the ocean, it keeps us a little cooler than New Jersey. However, right along the coast in Jersey, it's probably similar conditions. But when you go inland, it gets hotter. So you can see here we've got these wind gusts, and it's a little humid out there too. We throw in the dew point here, and you'll see dew points are in blue. You can see dew points are in the 50s. So it is humid out there too as well. Let's go ahead and look at our winter map, and you will see here these are the temperatures again. You'll see here Long Island. These are the home weather stations. So. You get a lot more of them, but we're in the upper 50s, close to 60 degrees, especially on the North Shore, cooler on the South Shore, and we have temperatures in the 60s, well into the 60s in New Jersey. Now, one thing to note here is that we've had some breaks in the sky. So if we go and look at the satellite, before I do that, I want to look at the precipitation. Which rain we got overnight here? So overnight, we got some sites were reporting a half an inch of rain from that rain that we had last night. So we got a little more rain than we thought in the overnight, and we're going to get a lot more rain tonight. So when this is all said and done, we'll probably over an inch of rain easy for our area. So yeah, let's look at that satellite. I'll show you what I mean. You see there are a couple of breaks there that are just to our south, and that's what we're experiencing. So the sun might peek out for a little bit, but by no means is it a nice afternoon with that wind blowing. And again, the southeast wind. When it's this windy, you can't have dinner outside, so I'm stuck inside, unfortunately, today. So let's go look at, see, I think we covered everything else here. All right, so we want to look at the radar. Next thing we want to look at the wider range radar. And you can see the line of showers and thunderstorms. Here's your low. We'll draw it right here. It's actually very easy to see. Pull this out a little bit. Here's your upper level low right here. So look at that line. That line looks pretty impressive going through eastern North Carolina there in Virginia. Let's go ahead and look at this low. Alright, so the low is right over here. And your cold front is right over here. You clearly see here's the cold front. It's very easy to see where everything is at. You can see how the low is kind of cut off from the front though a little bit. There's your cold front right there. So you can see how the low is kind of cut off from the cold front. So this is going to be the main transport of moisture. Uh, this is going to be your main transport of moisture, this LLJ right here. And this is what's going to give us a pretty wet night tonight. That this is what we're going to be dealing with. These look like some pretty hefty thunderstorms. However, I was looking at the lightning. There's not a lot of lightning with them, but they are pretty hefty, and they will be moving through. Looks like they'll be affecting Delmarva and New Jersey as well. And when they get to us, I think they're going to weaken. So keep that in mind. We're going to be looking at the models next. So let's go ahead and look at that. So here's your storm. We'll go ahead and make this the eastern U.S. view on the GFS. This is the 12Z GFS, and you see it keeps us dry right until around 8 o'clock tonight. And this front approaches. You can see kind of the yellows and the reds kind of die out because it's going to move over it's slow moving, and it's going to move over the ocean and weaken because of the at least the cooler inshore ocean temperatures for us. So we probably won't see those severe thunderstorms, but we will see some heavy rain overnight, that's for sure. And then it moves away, and you see that cutoff low that's going to kind of linger over our area tomorrow. Then it moves out. We have a nice Saturday. Sunday looks like some rain to the south, but we should stay dry on Sunday. So let's take a closer look at our area so we can get an idea of how much rain is going to fall when all is said and done. Here, so total rainfall accumulation. Here, so it actually is a dry hole over Long Island. That's interesting that GFS does that. Whether that'll actually materialize or not, has the heavier rain over New Jersey. But let's look at the 12Z NAM. Don't have enough of the 18Z in for that, so we have to use the 12Z. Does not have that hole, so I'm not buying that hole over Long Island thing. I think we'll see another inch of rain out of this. Not buying that. I don't know why it does that. It will weaken. The storms will weaken, but they won't. So, looking at the NAM here, you can see how that line just kind of, it's going to hold together over New Jersey, and then once it hits the sea breeze and the cooler marine layer that's over Long Island, it'll weaken somewhat, but there'll still be some downpours and maybe some thunderstorms too. And this is overnight. This is probably it has it starting. It's at right around 0Z, but it's gonna be a slow mover. It's gonna go from around 8 o'clock to after midnight, and then it stops, and then we have a little break tomorrow. But then we could have a shower or thunderstorm chance with this upper level low that's passing through. It might be very scattered. It's hard to say exactly where the showers and thunderstorms would pop up. It looks like it's more north and west of our area, but again, with this upper level low in place, anything is possible. There could be some showers and thunderstorms possible with that upper level low. And then Saturday looks like a nice day. So I'm going to go and look at the I want to look at the SPC for a minute. Storm Prediction Center. Let's see how they have our area in. Let's see. Day 1 convective outlook. No, nothing for us. Pretty much, they have just all the activities south of our area. If you're in Toms River and south, you're in a basically just a thunderstorm risk, and the marginal. So they're not even saying we're going to get thunderstorms today. Let's look at day 2. Now, day 2 we might see some thunderstorms, but nothing. They're not putting us at risk for severe weather, so something to keep in mind. So I don't think we'll be seeing any severe weather. It's just mainly the rain, heavy rain that we're going to get from this line here that's moving through. Now, if I do use the higher resolution NAM, again, it goes back to the 0Z, which I don't really have enough of to use. So you can see here that line, that's a pretty intense line too. But you can see it kind of just fizzles out because it hits that cooler marine layer, and we're just going to get heavy rain and leftovers. Maybe some thunderstorms in there, maybe some showers with some. I'm not saying that. I still think there could be a chance of a thunderstorm tonight, and it's gonna pour too. It's gonna come down heavy, um, and then we get that upper level low that's gonna sit over our area. But you can see the activity is just very scattered, very scattered. So I don't, some of us will see some showers, some thunderstorms tomorrow. Some of us won't. I think it's more likely late in the afternoon or in the early evening, like maybe between 6 and 9 o'clock. We see it, and then moves away, and then we have a nice Saturday on tap. So I do want to look at the sky cover on this one too. So let's go look at that, because I think there will be a couple of breaks. Yeah, see those breaks that try to develop, but those breaks are going to help fuel any instability tomorrow. So I think we'll see plenty of clouds around, maybe a couple of breaks tomorrow. And then for Saturday, we should have mostly clear skies for a good part of the day. That cirrus might come in like later in the afternoon. But I think for a good part of the day, we should have, at least the first part of the day, we should have clear skies. We may be dealing with the cirrus a little later on there, according to the NAM. Let's move to the GFS. So you see plenty of clouds around tomorrow. We get that break on Saturday. More clouds for Sunday. And we'll probably be dealing with some clouds Monday. We'll have to see what happens here. This looks like a front that gets hung up to our south there. But I'm not really looking too much at next week. We're just looking at now through the weekend on this weather update. Let's look at the temperatures. So as we go, we'll see tonight it's going to be overnight. We're going to have that warmth. And then tomorrow, you can see that where it's a little warmer, that's where I'm thinking the sun might peak out. And some areas of the island may get close to 70 according to the GFS, and not Jersey, which is interesting. So it shows you where it's drier. So hopefully we can look out for it with a mostly dry day tomorrow, except maybe for some showers later on. And then for Saturday, wow, we warm up nice. Closer to mid-60s, close to 70, I think, on Saturday. And then Sunday, even warmer, near 70 everywhere, maybe 70s. So it should be a warm weekend. And New Jersey just opened their parks, so it could be very busy at the parks. Again, please exercise social distancing when you go to the park. If it's too crowded, go somewhere else. You're not going to the park to hang out with people. All right, you're going to the park to be with nature. Said in my other video. So let's go look at the dew points, because we're going to be dealing with that humidity. So here comes that humidity that we're going to be dealing with. You can see the moisture there, and that humidity is going to be around tomorrow too a little bit. I mean, it won't be terribly humid, but you'll feel it. You'll feel a little bit of humidity in the air. And then it moves out, and then weekends, you can see here the wind barbs. We have a nice northwest breeze on Saturday, dew points in, and that will probably prohibit any sea breeze too, by the way. Sunday looks like there'll be more of a southwest wind, so there will be a sea breeze probably developing, keeping the island a little cooler, I would imagine, for Saturday. We can look at the NAM 12 kilometer as well. Again, I don't want to use that. Use the 12Z. Show you the dew point again. So here comes that dew point for us overnight. You can see the worst of the dew points seem to stay away from our area, but still be a little muggy tomorrow, even a little bit. And that's why that shower chance is in there. And then the dry air comes in, and we get that nice relief that we have for in the dew points, and we have that beautiful weekend on tap. Hopefully, we'll have mostly clear skies. I look at one of the model for the skies, and that's the RGM. And it only goes out that far, so all I have is out till 12Z on Saturday. Because it's cirrus might come in the afternoon, but I think if you get started in the morning and early afternoon, I think you'll be all right. Mostly clear skies, so it should be nice. Okay, we're gonna go to the GFS, and I just want to show you the country as a whole, the CONUS, as far as temperature anomalies go for the period through this weekend. You will notice the west is much more above normal. We'll be close to normal. It does have a little bit of red over Long Island. It might be above normal tomorrow, starting off your beginning of your May. Um, but most of the heat is out west, as you can see. So see in the southwest over here. And then for the weekend, we do see some above normal temperatures for Sunday. And then we'll go peer into next week a little bit. You can see it doesn't really warm up all that much in the east. And then we have another, looks like some more cool air coming down to the east next week. So keeps that pattern of the cool air in the east. So we're just looking to see if there's any heat waves on the horizon, and I don't really see any. So to me, that's good news. We don't really want to have a heat wave while this is going on with this virus thing. All right, we'll look at one more model, and that's the windy DOM model. And this will take a look at the wind issue that we're dealing with, and you can clearly see the front here and the LLJ ahead of it. This is pretty realistic with these wind gusts. This again uses the euro. So move this along to 8 p.m. You can see how slow this front is moving, and we're still dealing with these very strong winds. Let's move it till 10 p.m. Still, look at how slow this thing is moving. So we're still in the LLJ. Let's move it along till 3 a.m. Finally, it's crossing Long Island. This is the line. This is the front, but it's not so much a cold front. It's more like a dry front. You know, it is a cool front, but the front kind of like gets hung up in the upper level low. You see, so we go to 6 a.m. You see, we're still dealing with the LLJ offshore and the low really sitting right over us. But the good news is we shouldn't be dealing with too much of the wind once we get into tomorrow. But folks to our east will. You can see we're stuck in like the center of this upper level low. So the drier air that's waiting off to the west can't really come in just yet until we get into Saturday. So we go to 10 p.m. and you can sort of see the wind swinging around to the northwest. Finally, Friday, late Friday night, and Saturday will be a little breezy, not too terrible. We got, a little bit of a night breeze. But the point is, I want to show you this. This will probably prohibit any sea breeze from developing. So maybe late Saturday night there's a sea breeze, and then Sunday we got the southwest wind, so that'll be more of a sea breeze. All right, let's show you those temperatures. I like using this site because it's a higher resolution a little bit. So you can see the heat in Jersey. So move to 10 p.m. tonight. See, things pretty much stay the same with the temperatures warmer in Jersey, cooler on the island. I'm interested to see what happens tomorrow. Let's go to 1 p.m. So you can see on the island it's warm. It has it even warmer over Jersey. So it all depends on where that sun comes out. If it comes out tomorrow. It does have a good deal of clouds, some breaks, and you can see a couple of showers off to the west. If we go to 5 p.m., see those showers again, mostly just to the northwest of our area. And believe it or not, it has, again, some clouds, but some sun over our area. So this will be something to watch. Hopefully we can luck out and not have to deal with too much rain tomorrow, I hope, because I don't want to be stuck in it a second day. And then for Saturday, 7 a.m., looks like we have clear skies. You see, we'll have to watch this cirrus that might try to roll in on us. But it doesn't look too thick, so I think we should avoid most of the cirrus, hopefully. So I think that does bring this weather update to an end. And we'll look at the temperatures here on Saturday again, getting up well into the 60s. So well into the 60s at 3 p.m. And let's just look at Sunday. So we kick off May in a, it looks like, again, the island will be cooler, but it's going to be well into the 70s. In Jersey, it's going to be warm, well into the 70s. And the good thing, the parks are open there. So enjoy it, but enjoy it responsibly. Take care, everybody, and thank you for watching.